Okay, welcome everybody to Treats and Eats with Krista and Jodi. And we had some volume problems between us. So hopefully you'll be able to hear us both while we're going tonight. So we're super excited because last year we didn't end up doing a Halloween episode. So I had been saving all these fun ideas for this year. Hold on, I'm gonna make myself big. So we're gonna do some fun Halloween stuff. I got Halloween spidery earrings on and my orange shirt. And Krista's being festive too. She's got something Halloweeny. You'll see her when she's big. So she's muted right now because we have a weird volume thing going on. So we're gonna just get started because we have 6. Hopefully we'll have time to do all 6 recipe ideas today. So I'm gonna start first. Can you guys see me okay and hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up. Yay, okay. I need a scoop. The first thing we're making is cake pops, but they're going to be spooky cake pops. And we're going to make it. So what we do with these episodes, in case you're a new viewer, actually put in the chat if this is your first time watching one of our shows. I know we have a lot of repeat viewers. So if you're a repeat viewer, you can let us know that too. So I have never made cake pops before, but I saw these cute spooky cake pops and I thought it would be fun to do them with some Thrive in it because, so we do these shows based off of Thrive's monthly specials. Oh, I gotta make Krista the host. Sorry. Ah, live TV. Make co-host. Okay, Krista, if you can admit latecomers while I'm going, that'd be wonderful. Okay, she comes up to me. Okay, so we do these episodes based on the monthly specials at Thrive so that you can buy what's on sale, get everything at the cheapest prices, and then cook and know how to cook with everything that you just bought on sale that month. So for this month, I think the only fruit on sale was raspberries. So we're gonna do some fun stuff with raspberries. So I love powdering foods. So we're gonna powder this and add it to our cake pops. And I'm gonna do, I don't really know exactly how much I want to do. So I just did about a cup. And then that's gonna infuse some flavor and we're gonna also maybe use it to decorate a little bit. So. So you can use a little bullet, you can use a blender, or you can just whack it with a pan. I used to do it in a Ziploc bag and I just whack it in a pan and it works just fine. So what I'm gonna do is I have some cream cheese. So I'm gonna mix the fruit powder with, let's see if I can make it so you can see it. This cream cheese. So I'm gonna do half the cake and half a thing of cream cheese. You can also make cake pops with icing, like frosting. But I thought it'd be yummy with cream cheese. And the original recipe of this came on Thrive's website. And it was made with a brownie mix, but they don't make the brownie mix anymore, which is sad day. So I'm making it with just a cake mix. You could do a homemade something, whatever. So I'm just getting all that good raspberry flavor and color in there with the cream cheese. I'm gonna do a little bit more because I think vanilla cake kind of tastes boring. So that's why I have the raspberry infused in it. And the powder will kind of like rehydrate a little bit with the cream cheese and it's super good. So then I'm gonna take half of my cake mix. So I just made the cake. Hopefully it's cool enough for this. We're always doing this at the last second after we work all day, so. I get cake for dinner tonight. That's what I get. Just kidding. I'm making something else too. Okay, so when you make cake pops, you mix your cake with your cream cheese, and that's what makes it moist enough to be able to form into a cake or into a ball. So I'm just mixing my cake with that cream cheese. Might be easier with my bare hands, to be honest. No, I'm getting it. So if you had frosting, it would be a little bit, probably a little bit thinner, like cream cheese is a little thick, but it's definitely mixing and you can see the yummy red. So that's gonna be delicious. And then Once it's all nice and mixed, I'm gonna form it into balls and we're gonna freeze them. So I'm doing this one first so that we can have time to get them a little bit frozen before I finish the episode tonight. So you'll see how fast it is. So you can have any flavor cake you want. You can make a blueberry cake, a strawberry cake, whatever floats your boat, just by adding a little freeze-dried fruit powder to it. So I'm gonna take my cookie scooper or meatball scooper, whatever it is. Don't worry, I washed my hands before this, but I'm also probably the only one that's gonna eat these tonight. Well, maybe my husband. He doesn't mind my germs though. And just make my little cake pops. This is like the perfect size for cake pops. And it makes a flat bottom, which is actually going to be pretty good for what we're trying to do with these, because we're going to make our cake pops into ghosts. So if you saw the little picture from the graphic, like advertising the demo, they're going to be the cutest little ghosties. Yay. So we're gonna take these. I'm not gonna do the whole batch while you wait, because we got so much else to cook tonight. So I'll just do like 6 and I can always make it later. And then I got these just from the grocery store. They're little candy sticks. They're a little big, but I don't really care. I'm gonna spread this out more actually. There we go. And then I'm gonna take these downstairs and stick them in the freezer while Krista goes, but I gotta do one more part first. And then she'll do her turn. So I got 6 cake pops that are gonna turn into little ghouls. They're so cute. Okay, that's number 1. To be continued. Okay. So the next thing we're gonna make is the little pumpkins. So if you're on my meal in a jar list, you probably saw these. I just sent it out this morning. So you make little jack-o'-lanterns using orange bell peppers, and it makes the most delicious stuffed pepper recipe using Thrive. So I did it as a meal in a jar. I'm gonna show you how to do that. Put together the jar, and then it's super easy. You just dump your jar into a pot of water. I forgot to grab my measuring salts. Okay, and my recipe is on my. I have to use recipes, guys. Sorry, it's my thing. Okay. So I always start my meal in a jars with the smallest items first, so that the little powders don't sprinkle down through the whole thing, and that gives you a nice pretty jar. And so that's what we're gonna do. If you want to do a heaping jar, then you like heaping servings, you can also do it in reverse order and start with your big stuff and kind of shake it up, and then as you add the smaller stuff, it gets it settles and you're able to fit more in for one. So in this recipe, we're adding spices. It kind of like tacos, like a mix between taco and chili. So I got cumin. See, you can use seasoned salt or Chef Choice seasoning from Thrive. I like seasoned salt for this one. It was pretty good with it. And then cilantro. You can use regular dried cilantro. I happen to have Thrive's old cilantro that I love. Try not to use it too much because I can't get it anymore, but it's so good in this. Okay.
Jealous.
So I got my spices, and then I do the next smaller things. So I want to do green chili powders, green chili peppers, 1/4 cup. Don't breathe too hard into the can or it makes you go, because they have a spicy odor. Delicious though. And then I would do, don't throw your cans all over. That's not part of what you have to do. So I actually feel like corn is the next biggest. How much corn? How much corn? Okay, the corn, like you'd think might be kind of weird in this, but it actually was so delicious. It would just give like a little pop of flavor and like crunch and sweetness in the recipe. It was really good. Then I added onion slices. You can do chopped onions, dehydrated onions, onion slices, whatever floats your boat. But I like to have the big chunks of onions in this because it almost kind of feels like a fajita mix. So I put a quarter cup of onion. You can like color code them if you want, so that it's like different shades of foods as you go. One cup of, so you can use whichever beef. I had ground beef open, so that's what I'm going to use, but diced beef is what's on sale, and I think diced beef will be really good in this recipe. So I did a cup and a third. Fill it up. And so diced beef is on sale this month, and you can see my cans. These are colorful cans. The new cans are white, but I use my old food storage first. So if you see me using purple cans, it's stuff I bought many years ago. So just practice what I preach, right? You gotta rotate in and out. Okay, cheese, shredded cheddar is also on sale this month. So that's why I chose this recipe, because if you're stocking up on meat and cheese, isn't it a great idea to learn how to use them? And this recipe is awesome because it's 100% all shelf stable. So you can make this if you're without power in one of the hurricanes. I think that there were 200,000 people still without services. That's crazy. All we get in the hurricanes around here is it just rains, it drizzles while we're trying to watch soccer. So I feel terrible for everybody that's going through a rough time. So if you're watching from hurricane area, props to you for having electricity or a generator or something. And I hope that you and your families are doing okay. So I'm putting in about a quarter cup of red peppers and a quarter cup of green peppers. And if you have like a little room at the top, you can just add a little extra. It doesn't hurt. Totally customizable. So that's it. All I did was put this in a jar while I chatted with you. It took less than 5 minutes. And you could have done this with 5 jars, 10 jars, all in a row. You got your meal. So whenever you're ready to eat it, so we're going to add it to a pot. And I'm just going to cook it while Krista does her part. But it's 2 cups of water for this 1 jar. And it'll pretty much evaporate all of the water. You can drain it a little bit if there's any left at the end. But if you let it set for a bit, it pretty much absorbs it all. So simmer that for 8 to 10 minutes. So I'm going to get that cooking. And I'm going to run down and stick these in the freezer, and then we'll come back for more. So I'm going to turn it over to Krista and make her big and me little. And I'm going to mute. So if I run away, it's because I'm putting my cake pops in the freezer. So don't worry. I'll be back.
And just testing. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me still? Is rice optional? There was no rice in that, but you could put rice in it if you wanted the carbs. Yeah, and this is a quart jar. I will tell you, sorry, I didn't fit. I'll do more at the end, but it made, okay, 3 to 4 peppers. So depending how big your peppers are, I have some that were like really tiny and some that were huge. So I really stuffed them and it made just about 3 peppers, but you could kind of go medium and easily do 4 peppers. And it was really filling. If you had like cornbread or something, like 1 pepper is plenty. It's a lot. And yes, it was a quart jar. Okay, I'm done. Krista, you're up. I'll be back.
I'm up. Okay. So I have a really quick one to start out with using the freeze-dried raspberries. And just so you know, I don't know if Jodi said this, but the pink cans and the green cans, they're older, right? So these are raspberries that I bought back in 2013 that look like they were picked yesterday, right? They're crazy. Awesome. Crazy awesome. And what I'm doing this is a recipe called Jack Snack-O-Lanterns. So I wanted to make some dark fruit, some of the darker fruits for this recipe. So literally I just took my freeze-dried fruits. I used raspberries that are on sale, right? Because this is going to be the blood in my pumpkin, right? And then I've got blackberries because they're the right color for Halloween, right? And then I did peaches because when they're wet, they're a little orange. So I did a little mixture of that. And so we're going to finish this one later, but just know that this is for the snack jack-o'-lanterns or the jack snack lanterns, whatever you want to call them. Okay. So that's my first recipe, and we'll finish that up in a minute. And then my second recipe, I'm going to tilt my camera down so you can kind of see what I'm doing. There's my bowl. There's my Halloween shirt. Aren't you scared? Aren't you totally scared? That would be my studio audience being very scared. Okay, we're gonna start with some chicken that is on sale this month. And we're gonna do a cup of the grilled diced chicken. And we're gonna put that in a bowl, just like so. Again, I think we talked about this last time. Trying to find a good example. Where's my good example? Ah, here we go. Yes, I've washed my hands. The grilled chicken has grill marks on it. That is grill marks from the grill. Check it out. Okay, there's my chicken. And we're gonna put, these are not on sale, but I love these, the green chilies. They're amazing. We're gonna do a quarter cup of green chilies, and we're gonna rehydrate this really quick. Which means we talk about rehydrating all the time, right? But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put a little bit of water on. I'm gonna guess about a quarter of a cup. We're gonna stir it around and see where we're at. Because we want to see a little bit of liquid at the bottom. And if you can, can you see the bottom of my bowl? There's no liquid down there. So I'm gonna need a little bit more. Trying to get everything wet. See how my liquid is at the bottom? So if you over saturate this, you can see there's no liquid at the bottom again. So I need more, right? You can always add water, but you can also drain it off if you need to. Okay. So I'm just going to add a little bit more. There we go. Now we have a puddle at the bottom again. You can see that's just soaking that up, right? Soaking in the water. Those green chilies smell good. All right, so now we've got a little bit of water at the bottom. So we're gonna let this sit for 2 seconds while we get everything else ready. Oh, let me tell you what we're making. We're doing ghosts in the graveyard. So, okay. Next, we are going to, let's see, add some enchilada sauce. This is a can of just regular enchilada sauce from the store. This is also going to help it rehydrate it, but I wanted to give it a head start, if that makes sense, right? And it says I only need a cup. I guessed, because that's how I roll. You guys know this. All right, so there's my enchilada sauce. And we are now going to add our cream cheese. This is 12 ounces of cream cheese. Softened. Probably not soft enough. I'm going to smash it in there and get it all nice and mixed. Okay. It does look good. By the way, I've never made this, but it has all ingredients that I would totally eat. All right, that's coming together. All right, so there's the cream cheese. We're going to add a little bit of taco seasoning. This is a homemade taco seasoning. I like to keep homemade taco seasoning in my cupboard because I do a lot of Mexican because I live in Arizona. And so we're gonna, one of these days, we'll do we should do a seasoning show, Jodi. One of these days and do just homemade seasonings and sauces.
That'd be fun.
Ooh, this is looking
That's a
good.
good.
All right,
We
last
could do
ingredient.
seasonings like for gift items in cute little packets and jars.
Oh, right.
Christmas
So-
gift ideas.
So the last thing I'm going to use is our cheddar cheese. And actually, if you see some white, I used a little bit of pepper jack because I had a little bit left in a can. So I mixed pepper jack and cheddar. This is what the cheese looks like out of the can. Show you. Okay. And this is what it looks like reconstituted. Looks like regular cheese because it is regular cheese. So I'm going to throw this in here as well. Give it a good stir. I know we've talked about reconstituting the cheese several times, and I want to make sure that we have enough time to get through our recipes, so I'm not going to talk about it this time. But we usually talk about it a lot. So, and the directions are on the can. So if you have cheese, they are right on the can. Alrighty, so. And if I had more time, I'd get a spatula and get every little bit. But we're live, people. And this is going to go in the oven, okay? So we'll put that in the oven. And goes there, that goes in the sink. Wash my hands really quick. All right, and I'm gonna start my second recipe, which is, we're gonna go over to the stove. So hold on, we're going for a ride. Woohoo! All right. We're gonna put this in the oven. Okay, and we're gonna start this. We're gonna start with some butter. Oh, that looks like more than I need. Kind of measured it though, so let's stay with it. Okay, we're just gonna melt some butter. This is a trick that we haven't showcased in a while, so I want to make sure you guys see this. Can you see that okay? Hi.
Yes.
All right. So one trick to working with freeze-dried food is you want to like layer the flavors. Okay. This is a really good way to do so. If you're melting butter, I've got what's going in this recipe is we've got some freeze-dried onions. Can't see that very well. Is that better? Freeze-dried onions. And we have some freeze-dried garlic. And we have freeze-dried ground beef. Now, the diced beef is on sale, but I actually don't have any. So I'm using ground beef because again, they're interchangeable. So pretend this is diced beef. So, and where you're gonna have this bubble on the stove really quick here. It's getting there. And we're gonna pop in our onions first. I want them to get all nice and buttery. Okay. So they are soaking in and reconstituting through that butter. Okay. So they're all mixed in. We're going to throw in the ground beef now. And it's going to do the same. It is going to soak up that butter and flavor my ground beef. Okay. See how it's soaking it up? Yeah, I had plenty of butter. Let's see if we can get any more out of here. Don't want to waste my butter. All right. And I usually just caramelize this for a couple of minutes, right? And you can even put a little bit of real caramelization on there, a little bit of burn, right? I love that. We're going to throw our garlic in last. Oh, it smells so good. Oh my gosh. Oh, it smells so good. All right, so that's doing well. I gotta grab my recipe really quick. Okay, now we're actually going to finish rehydrating this ground beef. Okay, so it's soaked up all that butter, and now we're just going to add some water to rehydrate. Hear that frog sizzle? Okay, now it can actually do the rest of it, but all that flavor is locked in that ground beef, so it's like 10 times better than normal. Because butter goes good with everything, right? Gotta love butter. All right, we're just gonna let this simmer for a minute. Okay, I'm gonna read my next one, clean up my mess. All right. So we are going to mix in the seasonings. I've got a little bowl of seasonings. What's in here is cumin and chili pepper. Add that in. Get those all nice and coated with more flavor. Just adding another layer. And now we're going to add in our refried beans that are actually on sale as well. I already cooked these, so I pre-did them. The can has directions on the can. So it's 1 1/3 cup of water to 1 1/3 cup of beans, and then you add some seasoning salt. So we're just going to add that in here. And the original recipe called for black beans, but I think refried beans are going to be perfect in here as well. Because we are making a spider out of food. I don't know if you saw the little graphic that we did, but yep, that's what we're doing.
The spider can match my spider earrings.
Oh, this smells so good. Oh my gosh. It smells so good. All right. So we're going to turn that heat down, and then we're going to add one last thing, which is our cheese.
Krista, people
Again,
are asking how much water you think you used.
going to actually just turn this off. Give it another stir.
Krista, can you hear me?
I can.
People are asking about how much water you think you used.
I put it in the recipe.
Oh, okay. Perfect. We'll send out the recipe, guys.
Yeah, it's in the recipe. It's probably about 3/4 of a cup, maybe.
Cool.
I think that's what it said. So again, this is the jack and the cheddar.
Mmm. That looks good.
Right? I'm just gonna, sometimes it gets kind of stuck at the bottom because all the water goes to the bottom first, which is why you want to keep tumbling your cheese, but it's still going to melt perfectly. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. Unless you want a big ball of cheese in your taco ring. As my audience claps and says, please cheese me. If you're ever in Phoenix on the second Tuesday of the month, you're more than welcome to come over. All righty, this is looking good. So that cheese, you can see it melting already. Can you see that? It's already getting all melted and gooey, and oh my heavens.
That looks
This
delicious.
looks, see the cheese? It's getting all gooey. Yes. Because it's real cheese, and that's what cheese does. Right? Okay. How are we doing on time, Jodi?
We are about halfway done. Should be over
Okay.
halfway done.
Okay. I forgot to do my crescent ring thing. So have you guys seen the little crescent roll things? You're gonna see the finished product. I'm gonna work on it while Jodi's doing it. And I'm gonna leave my camera going so you can kind of see what's going on, but I don't want to overstep my bounds. Does that sound good?
Yep.
Okay,
She's
cool.
gonna make like wrap the spider out of using crescent rolls. It's gonna be so awesome. I'm excited to see it. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
So I'm gonna do my next two parts. So first, oh, I gotta bring this back over. What would a holiday be without a good sugar cookie recipe, right? So on my blog many years ago, we posted my mom's famous sugar cookie recipe called Grandma Lori's Sugar Cookies. And we made a joke that says no food storage allowed because you can make substitutions and use powdered sour cream and powdered eggs and all the stuff. But it's really the best if you use fresh ingredients. But I cheat and make it with food storage sometimes anyways, because in an emergency, wouldn't you want to be able to make cookies even if you couldn't have them be 100% fresh? So I will post that sugar cookie recipe on my blog. So I have to show you guys something funny. So I was making pumpkin cookies and apparently, so look at this one. I actually used the pumpkin cookie cutter and I just made this big blob of a circle. It was not pumpkin shaped at all. So after it barely came out of the oven, then I put the cookie cutter in and made my actual pumpkin shape. So that's my
Jodi, you're small. Do you want to make yourself big?
small, sorry, I forgot to change it. Oh, replace spotlight. There we go. Okay, now I'm big. So in case you couldn't see it before, this was how it came out after I used my pumpkin cookie cutter with this big circle. So I just cut it afterwards. And now they're perfect. And then my daughter snatched all the extras. She's like, can I take these? I'm eating these. So she stole them. So we're gonna make a couple of fun pumpkin cookies. And we've done this once before, but I'm gonna show you that you can do it with all kinds of foods. So we're gonna make homemade icing colored with food storage and or freeze-dried food that's on sale. So butternut squash. We thought about doing a butternut squash soup recipe, but instead I chose to do a cookie frosting recipe because why would you want to make butternut squash soup when you could make cookie frosting, right? So it's probably not gonna be super vibrant, but I'm gonna see what color it turns out. It can be like a light orange, and if it's a pumpkin shape, they'll get the idea, right? So I'm gonna powder up some of my squash. And don't worry, it doesn't make your cookies taste like squash because it's just a light flavor. I don't know. I wondered about putting in some carrots. Do you guys think that would work? What do you think? Should I try carrots? That would make it a little oranger. These are dehydrated. They're old. Thrive doesn't make these anymore. I'm gonna sprinkle a few in. Let's see. Maybe it won't powder it enough. I don't know. It's live TV. I might have just ruined my recipe. We'll see. Okay, it's not that bad. It ground up. It's more yellow than orange, but that's okay. It's gonna be pumpkin-y with a hint of butternut squash flavor. Okay, the carrots didn't get as powdery as the squash, so maybe the carrots weren't the best of ideas. That's all right. So I'm gonna make my icing. So it works really well with the fruits because you can get all the different colors. So I did a Super Bowl party. We did Super Bowl snacks on one of these episodes might have been last Super Bowl, maybe the one before. And it was Eagles versus Chiefs. And so I made green ones for Eagles and then red cookies for the Chiefs. It was fun. But then the Eagles lost. So that wasn't very fun. All my teams seem to be losing lately. They get really far, just far enough to tease me. And then they lose. Okay, so this made a little bit of a light yellowy orangey pumpkin. So I'm going to frost my little cute pumpkin cookies. And because we cook off of what's on sale, and because pumpkins have green stems, does anyone have a guess what color I'm gonna dye or what I'm gonna use to make my green stems? Any guesses? Guess in the chat. Anybody? The bad one. Does anybody know? Does anybody see the monthly specials? Nobody's guessing. That's all good. Okay, so I'm gonna just do 2 pumpkins. And okay, someone guessed spinach. All right, we had a guess. It's actually broccoli, because broccoli's on sale. Shh. I don't even like broccoli, but I'm gonna make broccoli cookies. But don't worry, it's just a step. So I'm gonna dump that extra orange. I did the light color first because then it wouldn't dye. So if I put some green in here, it's not gonna dye it. If I would have done green first, then it would have just gotten all through the orange. I'm not gonna do a ton because we only need a little bit of icing for the stems. And if you really don't want broccoli flavored cookies, only use a little broccoli powder. So broccoli's on sale, that's why I chose broccoli, but I've done it before with peas. You really can't taste it, and you only need a little bit to get it green. It's more like pastel colored. Oh, I didn't get those ready enough. It's like pastel colors, but it's cool because it's all natural, so you don't get all the artificial dyes and flavors. It's just fruit and vegetables. Sorry when it's loud. Okay, so I'm gonna pour the broccoli into this. There's only a little bit of icing left in there. And then we're gonna make our green stems. You have to do just enough to color it, but not to make it broccoli flavored icing, because that'd be disgusting, right? So this is pretty light, but I don't want it to be too broccoli infused. So like I said, they're kind of pastel-y colors. You're not gonna be able to see it on the camera very well. And I could have put a little more broccoli. I still got more powder, but look at my cute little green stems, orange pumpkins, healthy freeze-dried powders. Sure, you can do that. It's fun to do with your kids. Yummy. Okay, so that's that one. Hopefully that gives you fun ideas and gets your brain going. And just don't use your cookie cutters before, or you end up with a cookie circle, not a pumpkin. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the last little part to these peppers. So this was cooking for like the last 10 minutes or so. And if you've ever had stuffed peppers, this is just like a perfect stuffed pepper recipe. It's really good and thick. There are real white pumpkins. Oh, yeah, it could be white pumpkins. It was light orange, guys. Plus, we wanted to use what's on sale, and butternut squash is on sale. So for the pumpkins, what I did is I got things going on my burner. So I cut the top off and cut out the ribbings of these pumpkins. And then you're gonna blanch it for like 2-3 minutes in boiling water, and then you dump it in an ice water bath. And then once it's cool, then you can just take a little paring knife and make a cute little jack-o'-lantern face. So I'm gonna make eyeballs. If you're really good at pumpkin carving, you can probably do better than me, but I just go in with it. You can be simple or you can be super fancy. So you can see I just cut out little oh, can't see them. See the little eye holes? Can you see it? You'll be able to see it once I get it. You can do a nose if you want. Right, little bitty nose. Okay, so like I said before, this recipe can make like 4 or 5. I'm just gonna show you the difference. So like this pepper, there's like kind of tiny. And then these I had some that were like giant. So depends what you get. And if you do like online groceries, you never know what you're gonna get till it shows up at your door. So, and then I did like a little jig jag face. Guys, I'm not really artsy, so don't judge my pumpkin carving skills. My husband was like, why don't you get out your pumpkin carving kit? But I'm not gonna be that fancy for our cooking demo. We just get what we get and we don't throw a fit. You try to be fast, it's a little bit harder. But if you saw on my graphic from my meal in a jar, I did make a few that looked okay. Okay, so he's got a little happy face. And then you just take your, I'm gonna get a plate. Take your filling and you fill it up. So there, most of the water is absorbed. I could drain it or I just kind of only scoop like the solids. But it's like what Krista was showing because the cheese, there's 2/3 cup of cheese in this and you can see it literally melting through it and it's so good. So that's what I had for dinner last night. I'll probably have it for dinner again tonight. And if you fill it over the top, then when you put the lid on it, like you can see it and see the little stuffed stuff poking out. Okay, can you see my face now? Oh, it's dripping. So you can see his little cute. So I'm gonna bring it closer.
It's so cute.
Okay, but if your peppers are lopsided like this one, it's gonna tip over, but it's fine. Okay, there's my jack-o'-lantern pumpkins. Okay, my kids think like anything Halloween themed is like I'm mom of the year. So if I just make something like the pumpkin cookies, like mom made Halloween stuff. So if you throw something like this for your little Halloween dinner, they will think it's awesome. And also it's really good and it's pretty healthy, especially if you're like doing a low carb. It's just meat, veggies, and some cheese. So that's mine. So Krista, if you want to finish, then oh yeah, tomato sauce on the bottom could be blood. Then I'll just show the cake pops at the end after you do yours. So I'll go get them out of the freezer. You're gonna finish, right?
Yes, I'm gonna finish. Okay, so I'm gonna finish off my snack jack-o'-lanterns.
I'm gonna make you big and I'm gonna mute and go get my cake pops.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, so same theme as Jodi. These are oranges, guys. So if you're doing like a Halloween party, right? So I have a couple of, he's got a dental problem. Totally. But yeah, so if you're doing like a Halloween party, this would be great for like your party favors and it's very healthy. So what I'm going to do, I dug out the orange, right? And so I'm going to put my freeze-dried fruit in here and we're going to put raspberries and blackberries and my favorite peaches. And we're just going to stuff the orange. This is perfect for gluten-free folks or healthy dessert, all of the things, right? Yeah, see? Now you can actually see oh, I didn't give him a nose, but oh well. Y'all don't mind, right? So I'm gonna do the other one really quick. Stuff him with some freeze-dried fruit. And then put some on the plate so it looks like he's bleeding. And there you are. There are your little snack jack-o'-lanterns. Okay, that's the first guy. Second guy, I'm gonna get my graveyard out. While the other one's cooking. All right. Ooh, he's bubbly and yummy looking. Oh my gosh, he looks so good. Okay, let me dip this down a bit so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so this is a dip. We are going to take some lettuce, throw some shredded lettuce on top. And then we're going to put our gravestones in. This is so cute. It's a scary graveyard. Okay, the gravestones are actually the recipe called for flour tortillas cut in the shape of a gravestone. And just I use corn tortillas because I'm gluten free. And you just throw them in the oven for like 5 to 7 minutes. So they're actually kind of hard, crispy. You could use tortilla chips, but these actually look like gravestones, right? Is this not cute? This is adorable, right? Okay. All right. So let me turn it around so you can actually see my graveyard. There we go. All right. Okay. Got that one going on. And then let me see where my spider is. He probably needs about 3 or 4 more minutes. And Jody's not back yet. So yeah, here, let me show you those up close. And see, they're just corn tortillas that I set in the oven really quick. Hey, Jody, my spider is not done yet. So he probably needs like 3 or 4 minutes. Do you want to go again?
Did you explain how to make the spider or you're just going to show it with the?
And I lost the phone call, so I can't hear you at all. Do you know what she said?
You're gonna show how to make the
Calling you
spider?
back.
I was going to show you how to make the spider. Yes. Here we go. Okay. Yeah.
But are you showing it now or just when you have it done?
It probably needs like 3 or 4 minutes left in the oven. It's still not
I'll
quite
show
there.
my cake pop. We got
Okay.
it. Okay. I was just melting my wafers. So you can buy any kind of like melting chocolate wafers like this. Oh, I gotta make me big. Or even like chocolate chips. Whatever you want. So these, I probably could have used them a little bit longer in the freezer, but we get what we get when we have a time constraint. I don't know if this should have been melted more. I was melting it and then I stopped. So I've never made cake pops before. So I'm gonna take these. No, it needs to probably be cooked longer. It's all right. I'm gonna make these awesome ghost balls. No, it needs to be melted longer. Krista, I thought you were gonna take longer. Neither of us are ready.
Right? Mine's taking just, let me check on mine.
I lost my ball. Okay. I need to, have you guys ever watched that show Nailed It? That's totally what my cake pops are gonna be. Ow, it's hot. Okay. I needed them to cook just a little longer, but you actually want to have kind of like a gooey thing at the bottom because it makes makes it look like ghosts. It's burning my fingers. Ow. Okay. Can you even see what I'm doing? Yes, you can. So I'm just kind of getting the melted chocolate all the way around the balls. The one ball that I did. See, now I'm not at the stove anymore, so it's just getting more solidified, but that's okay. Okay. It actually looks cute. It's gonna be a ghost anyways. Totally fine. I'm gonna show you the side by side of what it's supposed to look like versus what mine actually looks like. It'll be hilarious. Because my cute stuff never actually works out very well. Okay.
That's not true.
Not when I try to be cute and creative. It's fine. It's whatever. Okay. So this, you want it to be drippy down the bottom. See how it's got like a halo around the cake pop because that's kind of like the ghost's little, like his sheet or whatever. And then you just get little black icing from the store and you can make little eyeballs. Ah, it's not cut open. I'm gonna let my chocolate heat up a little bit more and then I'll do some better ones. Don't judge my first one. I'm not an expert at cake confection. So you can put little ghost eyeballs It's just melting all off, but it's awesome. You don't want to see my eyeball. Okay, it's like a dead. Look at, he's like, oh, it's a
Right.
flying ghost. I think I need to squeeze this up. It says ready to use, doesn't seem very ready to use.
Candace says use a toothpick.
Oh, just dot it on with a toothpick?
Yeah, you could.
I think I might have cut it too deep too. Whatever. Or it might be because this is still warm. Oh, that's better. That's better. Oh, I'm getting one on the other side. That looks better. Okay. I'm going to practice this while you finish, but the other side, the eyeballs look a little better. See, 2 little eyeballs. Okay, I'm going to show you what it's actually supposed to look like. You're going to laugh really hard. I'll put it in the notes when we do them.
Kat says buy the candy eyeballs.
Look how cute. That's what
that's-
mine are supposed to look like, but they don't look like that. I mean, that's pretty close.
That's awesome.
Nailed it. I'm dying. Is your spider done? Maybe your spider will look better than my ghost balls.
We'll see.
I had more time to freeze these than that. I'll blame that. So,
Right.
is the spider done, or do you want me to keep making these?
Let me check that. I can probably use another minute.
How much?
Maybe another minute or 2.
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead and finish.
Yeah, this just needs to get thinner. You can like add olive oil and it thins it down a little bit. I actually do know how to dip like chocolates. I've just never tried to dip cake. But so while your thing cooks, let's talk about the monthly specials real quick. So the best way to get the monthly specials and to get the sale prices is to order through Thrive's delivery service. And so when we're talking about this is on sale this month, that's through the delivery service. And so it is an auto ship program, but you don't get the same thing every month. So you're not like, oh, I got broccoli and butternut squash every month for a year to get my year supply. Yay. No, you order what's on sale. So it's easy because you just budget it in. So every month I just budget $100 plus whatever I've earned free that month towards my food storage, and I go shop the sale. So I look at my inventory and I have my spreadsheet and I know what I'm missing. And so if I'm like, oh, I'm 2 cans short of raspberries to have my ideal. Like I have a rotating shelf and I want to have a whole row of raspberries. So I know I'm missing 2 cans. So then that's what I order on the delivery that month because it's on sale. I also do some small cans because I like to have stuff for my storage, but I also like to open cans and just eat them and practice using them and snack on them. And here in Pennsylvania, I'm not used to it. Still, it's been a few years, but in Utah, I could leave my cans open forever and they're fine. But here, everything gets really soggy and it's humid, so it doesn't last as long. So I like to cook out of the pantry cans a lot. But you can do either, you can do both. And so if you aren't on the delivery service, get with whoever invited you to the demo, whether it's me or Krista or one of our friends, and ask them and we can get you set up because it's awesome. It's just part of my grocery budget and I eat it every day. So it's literally part of my family's groceries. Yeah. And like I said, if you want to earn free food, there's ways to do that. You can host parties or be a consultant. And, it's like getting kickbacks on your, like a Costco membership. You buy a lot of stuff and you get cash back. So that's one way to do it. You can earn money on your own purchases and by referring others. So that is how you do it. Is the spider done? I know they didn't want to hear my pitch about buying Thrive. They just want to see the spider.
Yep, let's pull them out.
Okay. I just really wish I was at your house to eat the spider. Even though it's got gluten in it, I would
I'm
want
gonna try and turn him this way so you
I'm gonna
guys
make you big. Hold on.
build it backwards. Okay. All right, without burning myself. That's gonna be the trick. Okay. All right. So there's my ring, right? So it's supposed to be kind of a little bit more ringish. That's probably the reason why they use black beans versus refried beans, but it's still going to taste amazing. Okay. So on this guy, I'm going to put some lettuce right here. build my little spider. It's gonna have a furry butt.
By the time you put the stuff in, it doesn't matter if it's a ring or not anyways, really.
Right. We're gonna put some sour cream right here.
So you basically like had the crescent rolls in a circle and just folded them up around the
Yep,
beef
that's
mix.
all I did. I'm gonna do some sour cream right there. Okay, he's gonna go up there.
I love this spider. He's awesome.
It's crescent rolls. It's more crescent rolls.
Into the shape of legs.
Yep, I baked them in the shape of legs.
I gotta make this for my kids. They're gonna love it. I've done like you can wrap like hot dogs in crescent rolls and it makes
Right.
noise and stuff.
All right, and then we gotta give him personality. Oh,
Oh, he's cute. He's cute.
oh. Okay, voila. There's Mr. Spider.
I like him. His one leg is
He's
decapitated. There
falling.
it goes. Okay, that looks awesome. You gotta, you should, if you look at our ad, you could see the inspo picture for that too. We should do an episode of Nailed It, Krista, because we nailed all of these.
Even with technical difficulties. Awesome.
Okay, hold on. I gotta show him the inspo picture for the ring, the spider. Okay.
Right.
Can you see it on mine? Yours actually looks pretty close. Can you guys see mine? Okay, she's a better cook than I am. It's fine.
No. She is not.
You're a better food decorator than I am. How about that? It's all good. That was fun. Okay, did you guys get any ideas for Halloween festivities? Hopefully that was fun. And just like we really like to do these shows so you can see what the potential is. We literally go and we're like, what recipe would be fun that uses these items that are on sale? And we just search for them. And on live TV, we try them and we create them. And then usually they actually, I mean, there hasn't been anything that I'm like, oh, that was disgusting. We better not send that one out. So yeah, oh, I didn't even see those. They're so cute. Like, so you go to a Halloween party, everyone has all these treats, but what if you bring a fruit dish, or you go and show up at your potluck with a giant spider dip? Like, and it's all using food storage, and that's pretty cool because you could be without power. You have a hurricane, you might still not have power by the time it's Halloween. You can still make something fun and festive for your kids. And I think that's the beauty of Thrive. Like my kids are never like, oh, times are tough. Oh, the power's out. Like, cause I can tell because we're eating this weird food. This is just their food. This is their normal. They just see cans on the counter all the time. They're in there rating it, eating my strawberries. And so that's, eat what you store what you eat. And we believe that and truly, truly, feel passionate about sharing that with others, especially at these hard times. I mean, you got national disasters, you have political crazy coming up, and it's like, who knows what's going on with the economy, with inflation. And we both talked about it. You're using green cans. I can guarantee my broccoli that I bought in 2012 is a lot cheaper than broccoli you can buy now. So buy it today. You're cooking today at yesterday's prices if you're using your food storage. And, I'd rather shop today than at prices 10 years from now. So get on that delivery service, reach out to whoever invited you and go make some fun Halloween stuff. And then I don't know, next month, maybe we'll do Thanksgiving. Depends what they put on sale. If they don't put good stuff on sale, just need the cranberries, then we can do it. And green beans.
Right?
More ideas.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Thanks for being on live. And if you're watching the replay, thanks for checking it out later. If anybody has questions, you can chat in. Spice's idea. Cat, what's the spice idea? Yeah, that would be
Spices and sauces.
in December, maybe.
Or we should totally do that.
We'll work on it. Depends what's on sale.
Right.
We can just add it. Okay. Candace has a question. we'll stay on live for just a quick second to answer any questions or hop off if you want. And we'll send out the replay. If you registered, you will get the replay. It just takes us a couple days to type up all the recipes and put it together and edit the video, all the fun stuff. So, okay, Candace, you can unmute or you can, oh, she's asking about my meal in a jar. I will look it up. If you emailed me, I haven't checked my email like for a little bit. So I'll go check. So she got my meal in a jar book and they're kind of slow to ship because they're printed on demand. So I have to order it, then they print it and then it ships. So that I don't have to have a big stockpile of books in my house that I ship. So I will check the status of that. It's probably coming. Any other questions? Everybody liked it. That was a fun show. I'm glad we did Halloween this year because last year we tried to and then it didn't work out.
Right. And by the way, I serve the dip with Tostitos, like corn chips. So
Yeah.
if you're wondering, the
The
graveyard.
spider? Oh no, the chicken graveyard dip.
Yes. Did you see that?
Yes. That looks so
Okay.
good.
Okay.
With the
Awesome.
little tombstones. That's so cute. I think Llewellyn had a question.
Yeah, I just wanted to say all the emergency practicing is coming in handy because we have a hurricane tomorrow night. But I'm all set with water and power, electric and food, and I really didn't have to do anything because I'm normally all ready.
Yeah, you're not running to the grocery store hoping to
Yeah.
get bottled water and toilet paper. Like what a wonderful blessing for your family. And thanks for
Yeah,
sharing.
so that's good. So
Yeah. Well, we'll be thinking about you. And if you lose power, just check in when you can.
okay, thank you. Good
So
show.
thank you. Thanks for being on, guys. Have a wonderful evening.
Thanks to my studio audience.
Yeah. We need to like highlight them on a video. You gotta like turn the camera in.
One day.
One day we'll do it. Okay. Good night, everyone.
Bye, guys.